What's up, guys, and welcome to St. Paul's Tips and Tricks.
Alright, today we're going to be going over some gnarly information on parking to help inform you, the St. Paul's student.
To start, you should never double park or leave large gaps between your car and any other tree, car, wall. This is just common courtesy, men. Come on.
Alright, there's a wooden post in the gravel pit next to the gym. Don't hit that post. Just don't hit that post. Don't park in the fire lane.
The spot next to the shed in the gravel pit, next to the Briggs, is a fire lane. Not many people know that, but now you do.
If not for the safety of the students in the school, just do it so you don't get a detention.
The large shed in the gravel pit also has a gate you cannot park in front of.
The last thing to do, don't park in the senior parking lot. If you're a junior or a sophomore and you think you're cool because you just started driving and you want to go park in the senior parking lot, don't do it. It's not cool. It's not fun. Nobody else likes it.
Don't park in a senior spot. Okay?
Alright.
If you do decide to do this, the spirit of Gavin Patty will wreak havoc on your soul for all eternity. So do not disgrace his memory by breaking this solemn covenant.
Seniors.
Alright, St. Paul's, this has been
St. Paul's
Tips and Tricks, Parking Edition. We'll see you next time.
Hey guys, I'm Baller Galaxy, and today I'll be doing a review on Destiny 2 Shadowkeep. Similar to its predecessor, Destiny 2 is a first-person shooter game that incorporates role-playing and massively multiplayer online game elements. The original Destiny includes on-the-fly matchmaking that allowed players to communicate only with other players with whom they were matched by the game. You fight against several enemies, the Cabal, Hive, and the Fallen. But get ready to destroy your enemies with the new DLC coming out October 1st. Go back to your roots and fight enemies that you thought were gone in this game-changing DLC that will bring you back to the moon and fight the mighty Gaul and several other powerful enemies. Such as Crota from the first game in the series. Talk about a blast from the past, am I right? This event will bring new exotics that will help you on your journey to conquering your past for a final time, such as the Divinity Trace Rifle and new exotic armor pieces such as the Storm Dancer's Brace, whose perk is each enemy you defeat with Storm Trance increases the damage you do with Storm Trance. There is a new system coming out with armor pieces which will help you customize your character the way you want by how you play. There is new raid armor coming out with Shadowkeep, but new details haven't been released yet. That's all for gaming news today. Bye guys.
Hey guys, welcome to the Tier List board, where we rank only the most important topics. With that being said, I'm your host Ryan Daly, and today we'll be talking about ways to cook ramen. Now, it's recently come to my attention that some people, 8th graders, don't know why Sarge sells these delicious snacks, and I'm here to set them straight. So up first, we have cooking it in a boiling pot of water for 3 minutes, pouring on the seasoning, and eating it from a bowl. Well, this is pretty much a technique listed on the bag. It's not really that useful on school campus, so we're going to put it in F tier. Okay. Next, we have cooking it with science. Using an Erlenmeyer flask and a laboratory burner, makes this garner, along with proper safety equipment, you cook the ramen to perfection and enjoy it right out of the flask. Now, the science department hasn't gotten back to me on that yet, so easier. After that, we have taking out the ramen block, covering it in the seasoning, and eating it like a Rice Krispie treat. Now, this is clearly the messiest idea on the list, but then again, it's more practical for school. So, B tier. Yeah. Alright, so on to the next idea, which is putting the block directly in your mouth, emptying the seasoning packet into it, and then attempting to cook the noodles with your own saliva. Now, recent statistics have shown that this method is disgusting and super ineffective. So, C tier. That works. And now we have clearly the greatest technique of all time, a method passed down through generations of St. Paul students. And that is crushing the noodle block inside the bag, opening the top, emptying the seasoning packet within, shaking it repeatedly, and enjoying it like chips. Now, this is a clear A tier, and is unanimously considered an internet as the greatest ramen recipe of all time, second only to one. There we go. And that's to eat the bag entirely whole. It'll give you a smooth, silky texture that'll surprise both you and your doctor. So that makes it a straight S tier. No. Okay. So that's our tier list. If you disagree with any of our points, feel free to scream them in the bathroom mirror. I've been your host, Ryan Daly, and I'll see you all next time.
How's it going, guys? Guerrilla's movie reviews here, and today we're going to be talking about Food Fight. So there are a lot of bad movies out there. Well, let me introduce you to the king of bad movies, Food Fight, the worst animated film of all time. So for how bad this movie is, it's got quite the cast of Charlie Sheen, Hilary Duff, Wayne Brady from Whose Line Is It Anyway, and Eva Longoria from Desperate Housewives. So this movie follows Dex Dog Detective as he fights the forces of darkness. No, not the Sith from Star Wars, but Brand X, probably the most stereotypical villain for an animated movie I've ever heard, and it makes me want to puke. So, this movie tries so hard to be something very interesting, but from the god-awful animation to the plot with enough holes in it that it could be considered a sponge, I've never wanted to turn off a movie so badly. By the time I actually finished the movie, I sat on my couch for a good 5 minutes and wondered if what I watched even could be considered a movie. The animation for this movie is so underdeveloped, it looks like it was developed by a 5th grader, which is surprising because it had a budget of $65 million. With that kind of budget, I could buy as many lifted trucks that I ever wanted. But instead, that money was wasted on this film that belongs in a flaming dumpster. Honestly, this movie should have never been made, and the fact that it was makes me really worry about humanity's future. This movie isn't a test, so I'm not going to give it a 50%. I give this movie a 1.5 out of 10, and I only give it that because it was so much fun writing about how bad this movie was. That's Guerrilla's movie reviews. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Hello, this is Dayton Shire with Country's Coolest on Guerrilla Wolves News. A man in Welsh was in desperate times when it came time to transport his immobile sedan. Instead of paying a tow truck, he got a forklift and lifted his immobile sedan on the roof of his Volkswagen Passat. He ratchet strapped the car to the roof and continued down the road before getting apprehended by 3 police cars. The driver received 3 penalty points on his license and was ordered to pay $197 in fines. This man deserves a 10 out of 10 on his ratchet strapping skills and has released a quote to the public. Once I lifted the car on the roof, all I did was ratchet strap it. I gave it a solid push each way and I knew it wasn't going anywhere. Next up on the Country's Coolest, we have a Michigan man who was bush hogging his field. He fell asleep behind the wheel of his tractor and ended up crashing into his pond. He made a 911 call to be rescued because he could not get out of the tractor. He walked away with no injuries and his tractor escaped with only minor damage. Overall, we give this man a 7 out of 10 because I don't know how you fall asleep on a tractor. That's it on Country's Coolest with Dayton Shire. See y'all next time.
Over the summer, everyone agreed to storm Area 51. Where the heck has all the chatter gone? It seems that people have forgotten DeWay. I must lead them to enlightenment. We've already had a plan drawn up and everything. It is very rare to have most of the internet agree on one thing at a time. I heard that it turned into a music festival called Alien Stock. I was excited to meet my fellow gamers and memers, to be able to reserve our place and history for revealing the truth about our alien brethren. The infiltration will be epic, and might even end up with us getting alien things like the Omnitrix, Gravity Gun, Portal Gun, the Grunt from Halo, and the meaning of IDK. Imagine adding a freaking alien to the boys' Saturday night outings. Aliens have so much untapped potential in terms of knowledge and gear. If we befriend the aliens by releasing them from captivity, they would have no choice but to reveal Obama's last name. Alright, see you boys later.